I'm the older brother of this operation here tonight. I know, of course, I'm pretty well known myself. I spent 46 years buying phone books and billboards. And you know, people come up to me today and say, I know you, you're Mike Becher's dad. I'd say this hasn't worked well for me at this point. I just really am going to move this along because I know it's late and everybody's wanting to see the movie and want to know what the Thunder's doing. So we'll try to do as much as we can in a short time. The first thing I want to do is recognize the first three rows that are all about what I'm about. And these are the veterans we invited to come tonight. I want to get to the it's been not just a dream of mine, but a lot of good people in this community for a lot of years to attempt to create a memorial that recognizes and honors each and every man and woman who ever served in the military from Kay County in this part of the state, who lost their lives defending our freedom today. And that's a reality because of this great thing, this great event tonight. This is really our major fundraiser, but preceding that, and incidentally, every dime you spend to be here tonight will go to the memorial at 4th and Grand, and construction will start soon. We're just waiting for some things to happen to do that. But we've raised almost all the money. We'll be back with some of you, with some of your friends that still haven't come around that we know will. And we're going to make this something that's going to be unique and very special and unlike any other in the country. It's going to be a wonderful monument to these great men and women. And you know, I think that the determination of what we're about as a society today is measured by how we treat those before us who died giving us the freedom we enjoy today. And that's the thing we need to realize and understand. I'm not going to forget. Now, I want to tell you, when we first started this, and again, this is apart from the movie and Brother Mike, but this has really been such an exciting time for me to be a part of this. But I want to recognize first the very first folks that stepped forward when I went to them and asked, and others went to them. There's many people that ought to be thanked tonight. I'm just a small part of this deal, but there's several of you seated out there that came up with $15,000 to this thing, for this memorial. And I want them to stand and I want you to look at them and I want you to say, we really appreciate your enthusiasm for something that's long overdue in Kay County. If you just stand, please, right out there, the ones that are the founder of $15,000 people. Where are you? Thank you so much. We've had those that can't be with us tonight because of commitments that they just couldn't break that are in that group. We have two great men, two of the greatest people that I've ever had the opportunity to be associated with as a friend. That's Don Mertz and Jim McNeese. They were my co-chairmen. I went to them, and both of them have passed away in this last year. And I know that their family, some are here, and the son is just a little early. But when you see the Mertz family, both Sue Mertz, the Forrest family, and Don and Vivian, and when you see Jim and Niece's kids, you tell them thank you, because we couldn't have done it without them. There's an enormous number of people who dug deep in their pockets that are here tonight in this other little reserve section we have. It's actually a pretty good size room. Everybody sitting in those seats gave $1,000 to be here tonight. And that's a sacrifice, and that's something I want to recognize, and I want you all to stand up. I'm looking. Don't start calling names if you don't stand up. Well, I guess you're just very modest. Good. Okay. I missed something. I should have recognized our mayor. He's going to give us a proclamation recognizing that other brother kid. But anyway, in a minute. I just want you so much to enjoy this movie, and I know you will. I'm so proud of that kid, I'll tell you. I never thought we'd ever get him raised, but damn if he isn't pretty slick, huh? His son may be the smartest kid I ever met, telling me how when he was 3 years old, how far it was to the moon and how long it'd take you to get there if he was in a 47 Ford and all this crap. I just stuff that nobody needed to know, but he knew all about it. And now that I know him better, I'm not sure he wasn't making that all up. I think I want to say something about a good gal, a gal that's been so helpful to us, and that's Jane Devon. She's put up with me for over this, and that ain't easy. Just ask some of my employees that are here tonight; they'll tell you that's not a cakewalk. But the Main Street people have, and she heads the Main Street program up, and I just can't tell you how much they've done for our downtown. You know, I was a kid that grew up on South Fourth, down here in the 700 block, and this is all I ever saw when I was a kid. I didn't know there was anything north of Cleveland, I guess, or Hazel. Hell, I never went that far north, you know. And this has meant so much to me personally. I've been practicing law here 46 years, and I can kind of see the finish line, but this doggone community is more important to me than anybody will ever know. And I know there's many of you out there that feel just like I do about it. And we're making the downtown something to be proud of. And the effort has been led by Jane and all she's done. And they have volunteered to act as our sponsoring group that we can write our checks to the Main Street for the memorial, and it's tax deductible, both state and federal taxes, except for a small part for the show tonight. I think $10 or something. Undervalued, obviously. But anyway, I'm going to quit talking. And I will ask the mayor to come and then turn the movie on, because it's a hell of a movie. I've seen the not finished product, but it's really something special. I think you guys will be surprised.
Isn't he wonderful? On behalf of the city and all the citizens of Poncan City, I want to thank the Betcher family, Fred and the Betcher family in total. They are our downtown king and queen, and they look after our downtown, and they're going to make our downtown a new, revitalized downtown when this Veterans Plaza is completed. It's going to be awesome. Guess what? It's another great day in Poncan City. Well, it does give me a great pleasure to recognize our hometown boy, Mike Betcher. And I'd like to do it with a proclamation, if I may read it for you. City of Poncan City, State of Oklahoma, proclamation. Whereas Mike Betcher, a Poncan City native, is an award-winning journalist, war correspondent, and professor at the University of Oklahoma, and whereas Mike and Carlos Betcher produced The Hornet's Nest, a film utilizing 100% live combat footage they shot as embedded journalists in Afghanistan. And whereas Mike Betcher says The Hornet's Nest is meant to connect the 99% of the American public who do not feel the pain of war with less than 1% who do feel it. And whereas The Hornet's Nest world premiere will be to Poncan Theater on May the 7th to benefit the K County Veterans Memorial Plaza building project. Now therefore, I, Homer Nicholson, Mayor of the City of Poncan City, do hereby proclaim May the 7th as Mike Betcher Day. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great signal of the City of Poncan City to be affixed this 8th day of May 2014. Mike Betcher, please.
Have a day named for me in a town where I was lucky not to be arrested, I think. Especially hanging around Wheeler and Nemo and those guys. Mike Cofer is here. Thank thank you so much. I am so honored. You know, I have never forgotten my roots, and I never will.
In about 6 years. I've seen us survive some pretty hairy gunfights, and he doesn't have the smile on his face he's got right now. So, just want to thank the great city of Ponca for that, and just, I mean, being here, and I didn't come to Ponca since I was in short pants, since I was about 2 years old. And come with my aunt and uncle, and every time I'm here, I always go to the Happy Days Diner, and I get myself a chicken fried steak with 3 eggs on top of it, because you need that extra dough. I didn't get this way by accident. But it is just such an unbelievable pleasure to be up here with all you folks, and such an unbelievable honor to be able to present this movie and to be able to honor our veterans the way that they need to be honored and they deserve to be honored. So just thank you all for making the time tonight. It means the world to all of us.
One thing before I walk off the stage and they tell you what's coming up here, I need to thank the person who made it all happen. It never would have happened without her, and that's my wife, Catherine Betcher. Catherine is a great friend. I can't see it tonight. I know you're out there somewhere. Oh, there you are. I love you. Thank you for standing with us. You didn't hear from me for long periods of time because I couldn't get in touch. You went through some hard times, in a lot of other ways too. And I love you, and thank you so much for being who you are. David? It's David Salzberg, co-director of the film.
This is my business partner and brother for 15 years, Christian Thoreau. And so I usually don't need a mic, as you probably can tell. I didn't grow up in Ponca. And that's something that's important, because I grew up in Boston and Christian grew up in Texas, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And we grew up with very different family backgrounds. I obviously came from a little bit of a left background, even though my father served in Vietnam, and Christian grew up with a little bit more of a right background. But the thing that we have that's unique that the whole country should get, it's not about left or right. It's about being American. And we never have needed it more than we need it right now, to come together as a country to welcome these kids home, because they're kids to me mostly. And there's 3 of them in the audience right here that were at Strong Eagle 3 that you're going to see, 2 MPs and a medic. Can you guys stand up? I can't see you, but I know you can. We also want to thank all the other veterans in the audience in the 45th. That's 45th. I would like to honor, I know there's guys from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, probably some Marines from Grenada. We love you guys. We want this to be made this for you. And we've got a very special guest that has humbled us at every screening that he can come to. And we have Mr. Terry Burgess in the audience. And Elizabeth Burgess, before you applaud for them, let me just tell you who they are. There's 33 kids in this film that did not come home at the scroll at the end, you'll see. There are 6 kids you're going to get to know, and one of them is Brian Burgess, Sergeant Brian Burgess of the 101st Airborne. And he did not come home. And Terry, when we first met him almost 2 years ago, we knew why we're making this movie with what he told us, and how he wanted to get out in front. You know, obviously losing a loved one is a very difficult experience. But this man has inspired us with taking something that's extreme tragedy, and taking it and turning it on its head, and helping every other Gold Star family, almost 7,000 of them in this country. Not counting the kids every day. 22 kids a day take their life in this country that serve. A day. So, we'll talk a little bit more after, but you all have a responsibility as individuals to get out in front of this and let people know about it. The film we made, that you'll see tonight, we made with the budget of the catering on Lone Survivor. But we had an incredible team. Many of our people aren't here People that sacrificed and gave up thousands of hours of their life with no chance of ever getting paid a penny. Because they saw the footage that Mike and Carlos shot, and they met these kids like those three guys, like the Burgess family and all the other Gold Star families, and they said the same thing that these kids said. I just want to make a difference. So you need to make a difference too, please. Tweet, Facebook, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, because if you don't, Hollywood is going to be right. They bet against the film. They said the military doesn't come to their own films. We said, what about Lone Survivor? And they were like, ah, it's a movie. We know Marcus and Melanie. It's not just a movie. It's people's lives. So thank you very much. You've welcomed us like family. We are honored to be here. It's just incredible. It's the middle of the country, bringing the rest of the country together, and that's on you guys.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, I miss the most important person in this, putting this whole thing together, and that's Janet Martin and her pal Linda Brown, and a bunch of other people. But most importantly, I forgot my lovely wife, who whatever you see good in me, it came from her. The bad stuff I had before I met her.
I want to say one thing too. Please stay through the credit roll is very important to this film, and you'll see why. And so please stay through it, and after it's over, we will, all of us come up here and answer questions. Thank you very much.
Year month. We're going to his house. This could be pretty upsetting for him.